King of Kings and Lord of Lords is the title of the Persian emperor. I, in the Church of England, I happen to be an Anglican priest undercover. The preacher gets up and says, Almighty and everlasting God, the King of Kings and Lord of Lords, the only ruler of princes, who dost from thy throne behold all that dwellers upon earth. Most heartily we beseech thee with thy favour to behold our sovereign lady Elizabeth the Queen and all the royal family, etc., etc., etc. Well, now that's the language of court flattery. And although the President of the United States is fast becoming a sort of royal figure, we are supposed to have a republic. And the Constitution of the United States derives to a great extent from the thinking of Christian mystics from running from the 14th through the 17th centuries, including such groups as the Quakers, the Levelers, the Anabaptists, the Brothers of the Free Spirit, and George Fox's teaching of the inward light, God in us. And so if Jesus had lived in India and said, I and the Father are one, everybody would have said, of course. Congratulations, you found out. So, here's the problem, you see. Christianity made a mistake by claiming to be the only true religion, or at least the best religion, or top religion. And people claim this who've never studied the others at all. How can they possibly know? And it would become a far more credible religion if it would admit to being a member of the great fraternity. And this is going to happen, because now we've got Hindu Catholic priests. And a very interesting group of people they are. But I think, you see, the point is that the real Christianity is not the religion about Jesus, but the religion of Jesus. And that the gospel is not a lot of talk about Jesus, but catching on to the experience of Jesus, his own inner consciousness. St. Paul puts it in this way: let this mind be in you, or let this state of consciousness be in you, which was also in Christ Jesus, who being in the form of God, thought not identity with God a thing to be grasped, but humbled himself and made himself of no reputation, and was found in fashion as a man, and became obedient to death. See, so he's always trying to say, be in the same state of consciousness as Christ. I am crucified with Christ, nevertheless I live, but not I, but Christ lives in me. He becomes Alter Christus, another Christ. And that means an alteration in one's state of consciousness. So that you're no longer this miserable little ego, but an incarnation of God. Then you're really getting into religion.
Could you talk a little bit about your term of credible religion?
It has to be based on experience instead of on talk.
And you remarked a while ago that you felt there was a struggle going on to achieve this.
Yes, right.
Might achieve it, and I wish you'd talk a little bit about that.
Well, there are ever so many manifestations of it, going in all sorts of directions, especially among young people. There's a tremendous awakening of interest in Oriental philosophy and religion, marked by the sale of books, which are a fairly accurate standard of what's going on, the proliferation of cults. After all, in San Francisco, we have the biggest Zen monastery in the world. That may seem odd. And all the yoga groups, there's yoga on television. There are courses at Harvard University, University of California on meditation. Transcendental meditation, as it's called, has been taken up by millions of people. You can get credit for Kundalini Yoga at UCLA. But the drug problem is a symptom of the same thing.
Do you think that in order for something to come of this striving, or however you might term it, do you think it's because the need is becoming so great?
Yes.
And it's only really out of a great need that such a thing could possibly be done.
Right. The need is becoming very great. Because after all, a young person who's in the least bit thoughtful or sensitive today sees no future. Look at all the pile-up of problems, any one of which taken alone would be appalling. But there's population, famine, the bomb, pollution, destruction of the environment, deterioration of products. You know, we were practically eating plastic. Wonder Bread is undoubtedly plastic.